Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's me, Dukect, back for you once again. All right, make sure this is up. And see, let's do a little video. There we are. Okay, well, I'm doing a little video right here because, I've been doing some, today. Some stuff came in for me, today. Yep, this. You see, this is a brand new clip-on microphone, and I'm going to be using this, and hopefully, my hope is, well, this plus my cell phone that's already charging. I'll be using my cell phone as a way to film blogs and even video reviews. That is going to be the plan, and to see if it works, because if it doesn't work, I will still be using my, the old faithful and reliable, because that's going to be the plan as well. So that's what's the plan going forward. So far, it's looking good, but there's still some, feedback stuff, some stuff there. I'm gonna see how I can fix that. See if I can clear that out, and if I can do that, well, we're gonna be doing things a lot more differently here, and hopefully you guys will join me. All right, let me stop the video because y'all want to see my place. All right, that's what that's what it's going to be. But anyway, man, we're gonna talk about some wrestling here, and I could talk about the AEW Elite Stagnation, but I feel like I'm being a little bit flabbergasted with WWE stuff of Hell in a Cell, and then Xavier Woods versus Bobby Lashley, not for the WWE Championship, but if Xavier wins, Kofi gets a title shot, so that makes total sense. And Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair in which a DQ, the title goes with they said this supposedly the championship will not change hands under a DQ. So a regular match, because of course it is. I want to hate AEW and such, but yeah. But yeah. But anyway. Um, let's get back to the point. Um, gosh, these kids on Twitter, they don't know what they're talking about and everything else. So, things we don't want to talk about. AEW's Elite Stagnation, and I'm talking about it. And I watch Be the Elite, and I know they tease Omega going for the AEW title maybe someday soon. But at this point, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of Kenny Omega and the Elite. I'm just getting I'm getting a little bit just and getting it's getting to the point of this long heel stuff, and so it worked here, but I'm getting tired of it. I'm tired of the I'm tired of it. Just I want I really want. We'll just show the share the screen here. Yeah, well, they're not the Impact champions or anything else. It's just that the show is becoming so dominant of them. It's reminding me so much of the bad old days of the Triple H Evolution stuff. I mean, I don't know how many times Triple H wanted to be a run-in or whatever, but it's getting that close. And I'm just getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of the Elite running in. I'm getting tired of Don Callis. I'm getting tired of this because I feel like it's holding the show back. It's holding the show back because there's so many other good wrestlers that should be champion, that should be, can pull that mantle. I think someone like Pac and the Lucha Brothers should be dominating. They should be, heck, I'd rather have Death Triangle be the ones running things than the Young Bucks and such, because their stick is like, to get booze or whatever, but I'm like, man, it's exhausting. And I'm just like, they're a channel. They're about to be a channel changer. That's what it is. And when I look at these like matches and seeing it's just becoming so formulaic and so by the numbers, it's just like, well, when's the interference? When's this stuff coming in? And I know that heel is supposed to have all the stuff and they have the power. I don't care. It's draining the main show. And by the way, the only two Impact guys coming in are the Good Brothers, and that's it. And I'm like, no other Impact guy. I think the only time that any other Impact stars showed up was Moose in that whole special Daily's Place when they did that Daily's Place, which was fun. But then again, I doubt that was going to do anything. It just seems like this whole Elite Impact stuff has not really done much. Sure, they got buy rates, but I feel like it's just like a disconnect. There's a lot of disconnect to this entire Elite belt collecting storyline, and I can't understand that there's been problems because of the pandemic. They can't do it, but I believe that once this pandemic stuff is done, they need to start doing some more good stuff, some stuff here, because quite honestly, what is the main thing with what's the one thing that people are just like, oh gosh, why I mean, when it becomes so formulaic, it's becoming WWES. It's becoming it's becoming, like I said, the dark age of the Triple H show. It's getting to that point. And once it becomes that point of just long, draining television. I don't care how the matches are good. Everything else is really good. It drains you. And supposedly Kenny Omega is hurt or whatever. I'm like, you know, yeah, I hope he gets better. I do. But honestly, I honestly think this whole thing has to end at All Out. End this at All Out. Have Adam Page win the belt, and then he starts losing it, like then the Triple Mania to Andrade El Io. After that, you have Josh Alexander, have him win the belts and such, out wrestle Kenny Omega, does the impossible, out wrestles him, and there you go. And then Kenny can get his revenge at Full Gear, goes completely, ape shit, and just goes crazy, takes out, everything's just falling apart and everything else. Maybe he tries to go to Cody for help or something, and Cody's like, look, I moved on, and that sort of stuff. But, it's and you know what? Have not just the Elite lose, though, got the matches and it looked really worn down. Have like the Pinnacle show up at Full Gear after they've done with the Inner Circle and say it's time's up. In fact, have them have to start start getting into ways in the promos and such. Say, boys, it's your time's up, and have them annihilate them, beat them down to the bloodiest of pulps. And it's like it makes people say, oh, that stuff in the Inner Circle, what they did was bad. Like, no, make it just like, holy crap, these guys are for real. Have them take down Kenny Omega for a long while. Have him put him in like some big like spot and just have Max or someone like Wardlow or whatever say like, what about doing? No. MJF comes in and says, I want to do it. He says, look at me. I'm the new face of AEW now. Like, I'm the real Elite. And then just ends him. Same with the Young Bucks and FTR, all of them. They're gone. They're destroyed. And then have the Pinnacle start running stuff and buy, I don't know, Double or Nothing or a AEW Super Show. They win all the gold and actually start doing some really good stuff there. And heck, have Darby Allin or maybe someone else to really knock them down as well. Because I'm not saying I'm sick with because maybe it's because, I don't know, Kenny Omega just, his heel stuff, I'm not feeling it. MJF, though, like him, hate him, but he always gives that presence. And I think if he gets that AEW title and you strap a rocket on him, he's your main star for the next 15 to 20 years. Put that stuff on him. Have it be Jungle Boy. Have it be someone, I don't know who dethrones him. But make it as a powerful group. And heck, have the Elite versus them in Stadium Stampede and have the Pinnacle outright demolish them. Like, they win. The villains win the first time in Stadium Stampede. They put all the gold on the line or whatever. The matches are number one contendership matches. Yeah, baby faces win, some heel, I don't know, something like that. And it's like, wow. Maybe the Elite will be because they're like tweeners. No, the Elite completely get washed. And you can drag them to the main event, drag them to the main show. Each member of the Elite get beat down mercifully. And then, Kenny tries to do one-winged angel, but gets reversed. And then MJF with a low blow, like a good old low blow, and the salt of the earth right in front of everyone. Probably do it in Canada as well. Just say, I did this. I ended I don't know, make it the Elite never can wrestle again or whatever. And that's it. They break them. And that would be it. They're like off tour for a while, that sort of thing. It says, we broke up the Elite, and now it's time for it's the Pinnacle's time. Because like he says, the Pinnacle, you're always on top. Well, that would be the way to do it. And honestly, like I said, it's just like, Kenny, he's good in the ring, and heck, in some places he can be great, but it's just like, his heel stuff, his all this other stuff. He's lukewarm, while MJF is like every time just hits it, nail on the head every single time. And I'm like, he's sitting here waiting. I mean, have Kim and Sammy, that's going to be good. Have Sammy Guevara beat him for the AEW Championship at Full Gear 2022. How's that for you? How's that? That would be cool. Come on. Let's do it. That's money. But yeah, MJF, after he says he retires Chris Jericho, after he does that, and he just retires Kenny Omega and the Elite, that's what it is. And bam, there you go. And that's one of the main issues, just because, again, the stagnation, because of the promo work, because Kenny is just not that good at promos. I don't care. At least in the villain and heel promos, he just seems too lackadaisical. Just like, yeah, what? I'm like, no. He's too silly and goofy. MJF, he could be silly and goofy, but he can F you up, man. He can screw you over. That is what, to me, I'm like, MJF, put him in that position where Kenny Omega is, the shows would be 10 times better. Put MJF in that position, he would be that will be every Wednesday, Saturday, Friday, whatever the show is on, it's much watched television. Like him, hate him, think you want to cancel him, MJF is that dude. And Kenny Omega and the Elite, they're just stagnant, and they're not that dude. They're not that dudes. Maybe when they were in New Japan, but it's not New Japan no more. It's not 8 years ago anymore. It's time to move on. And I think that's what this whole thing is. It's stagnation by the reason why everything is so bad in that main event scene, and heck, even the tag title scene, is that everything is stagnant. And I think the best way to do it is get titles off of like one of the Elites and do it soon. Hopefully in like, say, a Road Rager or in one of those big shows, Fyter Fest, night 1 and night 2. Have like, I don't know, Pride and Powerful, have them beat them 1, 2, 3. Hell, maybe get Sting and Darby to do it. I don't care. I'm just getting sick of this team. I'm getting sick of the Elite. And I believe the best way to really freshen up AEW's main event scene, the tag team scene, is to have these guys just be in the background somewhere and have a new team step up. That's what I have to say about that. And I'm going to take a little small commercial break. I'll be right back here on the Dukect Lounge. Thanks so much for joining me. Me, Dukect, be right back right after this. Again, thanks so much for joining me here live on the TalkShoe.com and on YouTube. So, let me get the stuff right here, and we'll be right back right after this. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining me here live on the Dukect Lounge. And, well, let's some good news here. Let's talk some good news, as there's something I saw this weekend, which is some positive things. As the Science Foundation Island Research sent us out, right? Find this out, the medical press right here says commercial video games could help treat mental illness, which is actually, this is good. This is great. Popular video games have the potential to provide low-cost, easy access, effective, and stigma-free support for some mental health issues. Researchers at LERO, the Science Foundation Iron Research Center for Software, have found. The team at LERO said video games could be used where conventional therapies are not available because of cost or location, or as an additional to traditional therapeutic treatments for depression or anxiety. LERO researcher Dr. Mark Campbell says there is mounting scientific evidence supporting the efficiency of commercial video games to improve mental health outcomes after the team reviewed existing academic research on the impact of video games on mental health issues, particularly depression and anxiety. It is worth considering commercial video games as a potential alternative for the improvement of various aspects of mental health globally, Dr. Mark Campbell adds. Dr. Campbell led a team attached to the University of Limerick Health Research Institute and Physical Education and Sports Sciences Department to publish their latest research paper, Gaming Your Mental Health, a narrative review of mitigating depression and anxiety system via commercial video games in an academic journal, JMIR Serious Games. Dr. Campbell said commercial video games are freely available for a one-time relative low cost, and there are estimated 2.7 billion video games worldwide. The overall accessibility and pervasiveness of commercial video games within modern society positions them as an invaluable means of researching individuals with mental health disorders, irrespective of age and sex, with limited access to mental health care, particularly relevant during the current COVID-19 pandemic, he said. Lead author on the paper, Maglia Kowali, I can't pronounce any names here, I apologize. Magdala Kowal of LERO and UL said the research was in the context of the financial and healthcare service burden of mental illness affecting more than 14% of the world's population, with a significant portion of people with mental health problems not receiving treatment. There is a heightened demand for accessible and cost-effective methods that prevent and facilitate coping with mental health illness. This demand has become exacerbated following the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent increase in mental health disorders, depression, and anxiety in particular, this is true, 100%. And me personally, that has affected me as well, because, not talking to people, not going to certain like events or classes, or being more isolated, and people who already are in that situation, it doesn't help themselves to be in the same places and not doing anything. At least when you look at video games, there's a way of problem solving. Problem solving, talking with friends online, It's not much, but it is that type of an aspect. Doing other things and having fun. Having a once you solve the problem, once you do the stuff, it's a great and positive thing. And with treating people who have anxiety, who have anxiety and depression or all these type of things can help. But to me, in my personal opinion, and such, is that this not only the United States but also in the entire world, is that we don't really do good. We don't really have a really robust system for mental health, and especially in the United States, it takes you have to drive, say for example, 2 or 3 hours to get to a good mental health. To have someone say, okay, to talk to your psychiatrist and talk to you about what type of medications or anything else, if your insurance covers that, and if it does and doesn't, it just depends on what your area. Luckily, I do have that, but there are many parts of this country that don't have that, or it's just it's a confusing mess of phone calls, standing this, that, and the other, and trying to connect with people, or that sort of thing, to connect with people and doing this type of stuff, which hurts so many people. It's it hurts so many people in ways that they don't go out there. Not just for the insurance, but also just the hassle of trying to find the right person. And then even when you do find the right person, the right medications, you feel like you're a lab rat trying to find the right medication, trying to find the right, not to find the right doctor, but find the right medications. And hopefully, if you do find the right medications, you better hope the side effects don't impair you for your work, for your career and such. You need to be alert for the working at this job or construction site. Well, this medication helps you, but you'll be drowsy for most of the day, so you won't be trusted to take on this heavy equipment. You might hurt somebody or hurt yourself. So that might mean you have to be, oh my goodness, you have to take days off that you might be able not to, especially during this the pandemic, that you might have to take time off for. And that is you want to talk about scary. That's horrifying. That's horrifying. And with games, I see that's a positive thing. Helping people with this anxiety and mental and depression, which is a great thing. But I hope that this is just one step of the treatment and not just, okay, we're done here. I hope that people start looking and say, maybe we need to have better, treatment for people who are in this state, and make sure they have better chances to go to doctors and mental health facilities and in their area, not just 3 hours or another state away. I don't want that. Let me just see this right now. Let's see. Wasn't there a sure? What was it? It was something. There was something on Netflix that showed me that. It was a news Netflix show. It was something. Maybe was it Patriot Act? Patriot Act. Let's see. I think that's what it was. Patriot Act. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they already canceled that show, but I think it was episode. Let's go Impact. What was it? Stones. All right. Where is it? Because I know I saw it. There it is. The mental health. Let's see. There's five. Oh yeah, they do. They find Oh wait, I'm going to see if I can find the. Hopefully, I don't want to play the video already. Like I know I don't want to play the video, but it is because I mean that is I want to find the I want to make sure I can get the you know the right. Hopefully they have. I want to say hopefully they have like the articles and like you know so like okay. I want to see if they actually have like all the. Okay, here it is. I want to see. Okay, nope. Okay, please. Let's see. Is it actually? Da, 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 da. Can't find it. Can't find it. But it's. Oh, wait a second. They're talking about the parity law, and I think there's. It is. Oh yeah, here it is. Parity law. It's just that stuff here, but it's just extremely hard to find. Um, of actually how you find real good mental health stuff. Let's see, because it is. I want to see the sources and everything else, because it is. It's downright disturbing how mental health is coverage here in the United States is just downright horrible, and just the way that it's set up, the way it's actually how you how it is. It's how it's set up to really help people, to really to do um, you know to really get away from to help people to really get them like mentally and mentally right, because again this is a you know that sort of stuff. you know It is because it's just what again, this. I mean, video games. I like I said, go back to the whole story. If I went on my little rant, video games. That's a nice cope, but in some cases, the cost can be $60 to $70, and that's the cheapest option. Which is how sad is it in the medical industry that buying a console, which is like what $300, and then a game which is what 60, maybe 400, $500 plus a $70 game. Plus, you might need an internet connection as well. You know, um, yeah, that when you have that as saying, "Yep, buying like 2 or 3 or 4, games like 78, like it comes out to like maybe over almost around $1,000, like $800 to $900." And yet they're saying, well, that's probably the cheapest option. What does that tell you about medical insurance in this country? You know, what does that tell you that, yeah, buying a video game or getting a PC and there it is, how much that costs. That's enough. Yeah, that's great. That's beautiful. That's just great. That's really is. That's how it is. Yeah, exactly. It's hard. And I talk about it. And oh yeah, they called people. In fact, the show said they called everyone on this list, and everyone had called them back. Yeah, they even if you call people on the list, you better hope they call back. Sometimes they don't. They don't call back, and they just sit there. In fact, I think once you know the doctor's not taking any new patients. They were totally wow. Something to actually take was over exactly. One number was let's see right here is the researchers called one study, researchers called 360 psychiatrists on the blue cells list, and they could only contact and make appointments with 26% of them. And the other 74% of the numbers were doctors who weren't taking new patients. Some didn't actually take Blue Cross, and some were totally random. One number was a jewelry store, supposedly in this study. Another was from McDonald's. You know, that's how bad. You know, it's just so hard to find a psychiatrist, and even then, you better hope they find. Yeah, in fact, 51 counties. They have no. Like I said, we'll watch this episode. It's depressing of how bad it is that there's only one psychiatrist in some counties and such. In fact, they don't have none. And that's how screwed up that is. And this country is, to me, I'm like, if they really are serious about mental health, and anyone wants to be really serious about mental health, is actually put money behind it. Get more people who get into therapy. Get people have, build more buildings, whatever, therapist buildings, get some, I don't know. I mean, there's office space. Make it as incentive as possible. Use therapy, physical, anything else, like, anything that can help people to get this situation. Have someone to talk to. Because again, with this COVID-19 pandemic, and even with the games and everything else, I honestly think, if I didn't have someone to talk to, face to face or whatever, it can drain you. And even then, I was still drained. But yeah, it was a complete and total just, this whole thing, the mental health. This country really slacks off on it. And I don't know how you're going to get rid of that stuff. I don't know how we're going to get mentally into a better place. About that. But anyway, that's my personal opinion about it. Anyway, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. That was a dark place. but you know what? I hope with the games that did this, hey, that's good. This is actually a really good way. People playing the Fortnites and all the stuff, and playing these games are playing like these type video games to help people cope with their mental illness and help them with their anxiety. That's a good thing, but it should not be the cure-all. You need to have actual talking to people, and talk to people, and also someone, a therapist that actually can care for you and do all these type of things. A therapist that actually care for your mental health and actually gets to the roots of the issues you have. And also, pay for money to get some more therapists out there. Maybe start spending money on the military and such with these big old bombs or whatever, and pay some, get some people who need help mentally, right? And also, healthcare as a general as well, physically and mentally as well. I know that could be, sacrilege for some people, but at this point, you got, there is no way you can fix this issue with just, less government and everything else. I don't know how you do that, but, that's another podcast for another time. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. This is Dukect here. Peace and love. I'll see y'all when I see y'all later.